Welcome back, friends. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. I hope anyone watching has contacted their mother. I am recording this on Sunday, May 11th, but it won't post for a few days, so I hope you all are having an enjoyable work week or whatever else you may be doing. Uh-oh, did I just minimize? I did. There we go. And we get the black pieces against um, a 2030 from the UK. So let's go with our Sicilian defense. And the E6 Sicilians is what I prefer. Get into a Taimanov. It's been a little bit since I played this, so let me think about things. Um, okay. He goes for the knight development. I'm going to develop the queen here in a standard Paulson style. Not worried about the knight jumping in here to attack the queen because I just dropped back. And he gives me the center. Gives me a big center here. Okay. I'm not sure if I want my bishop here or here. Um, I'll have to push this pawn before I get it to a6, but I think developing the knight first seems prudent. And hmm, maybe developing the rook to attack the b2 pawn. That seems to be well met by queen c1 though, where bishop f4 is a threat, skewering my queen and rook. Although I can block uh, with the bishop or the pawn. So let's develop our rook. Now maybe I'm interested in pinning the knight, perhaps. I don't think that does a lot for me, though, unless I'm prepared to take it and have two isolated pawns to work against. I suspect something like queen d2. But then I might be threatening d5. Hmm, not really. Another idea is, of course, h5, threatening to bring the knight in. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna push h5 and It's clear he's not wanting to castle queenside, so he's coming kingside, or he's staying in the center. I'm okay staying in the center because I have a lot of pawns. Just one more than him in the center, at least. Hmm. Okay. That does keep my knight out because there's no knight here. The standard fishing pole trick doesn't work because takes, and then he just blocks, and I have no mate. Unless I have the bishop here, and then castles, knight here. Um, my arrows are all over the place today. Knight here, and then takes, blocks is met by bishop takes. But I want the bishop here blocking in this pawn, though. Playing the bishop here is basically asking him to castle. And if he does, knight here, takes. He doesn't have to block. There, he could block here. And then I've got a rook and a bishop staring down. I can't take. So that fails. That fails. So the other idea is to, let's see, what do I want to do? I can develop the light square bishop, I can develop the dark square bishop. I don't think the square makes sense for it anymore because f4 is a good response. So, just the light square bishop. And then I could think about pushing d5 in the future at some point, where it takes. Hmm. Okay. I have to confess I just overlooked that hanging pawn. Just completely overlooked it. So I'm going to attack the bishop and play down a pawn. Now I don't have a bishop here threatening f4. So it kind of makes sense to put the bishop here. And he's threatening e5, forking two pieces, and what's my response? Bishop e5, takes, and What's my follow-up? What is White's follow-up? White gets the move at that point. Bishop here. Bishop here and then pushes. We have knight d5 and c takes after knight takes. Might be inviting him to push some kingside pawns a little bit more. And if the knights get traded off, I have this check winning back my material. Okay, he's going to go straight for the knight. Takes, and bishop back stops the check, but the rook still has this. Maybe he pushes a3 first. Keep everything held together. Or he just attacks the bishop. Just attacks that bishop. So maybe dropping the bishop back. A knight takes, attacks the queen after I recapture. Let's just drop the bishop back. Maybe here. Yeah, maybe here so that I can be a little more active in the middle. Coming all the way back here just doesn't seem to have a whole lot of life. But I still have the option, I guess. I don't think he wants to trade knights because that does just gain me a tempo um, and allows his pawn to allows me to recapture the pawn. I think he wants to castle or push a3. I think a3 saves the pawn first. So Is he banking on me castling and just cheaply checkmating me here? Because I'm okay not castling. I didn't plan to castle. Guess the queen is nicely placed here in the middle, so he doesn't have to be just banking on a cheap checkmate, but that is something to be mindful of. I should not castle. That would be bad. Okay, he wants to give me the knight. What happens here? Then he pushes b5, b4, and the bishop's protected. Then I could capture the knight. He captures the queen. I capture the queen. We trade material. And he takes the knight. I pick the pawn back up. And threaten the bishop and the pawn. Nope, that does leave my bishop hanging. My bishop would be hanging. What about just retreating the bishop? If takes takes, I calculate this queen move one more time. B4, takes, takes, takes. We could just take the bishop here. What if knight takes first? Then there is no more b5, so b4, because pawn takes, and then the queen attacks. Two weak squares. The bishop is hanging, so if rook takes bishop, queen takes, check, and then I pick up the bishop. No, knight takes bishop, pawn takes, queen here, and then bishop back, attacking the queen. And I can't snag this pawn because the bishop hangs. So, nope. I'm just challenging the light square bishop. Sound reasonable? It kind of sounds reasonable. If takes, a rook takes, and yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's activate the light square bishop a little more. Spent 4 minutes on that move. Uh, So takes is reasonable, but then I just take back and things look fine. Castle's also reasonable. And there I can maybe maybe threaten the queen move here. And now before knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes, and my bishop isn't hanging, but bishop takes knight, equalizes material, and I've got doubled pawns on the A file here to play against. So that doesn't look too bad. Queen here, pawn here, knight takes, pawn takes. Pawn doesn't have to take. He could move the queen. What if he just moves the queen? I've already got the pawn for the piece. I've already got the piece. I've already taken the knight. So then I just take the pawn myself up here. Yeah, I just take the A pawn. Queen here. Pawn attacks the queen. Knight takes knight. He moves the queen. I take the A pawn. If he captures the queen, I capture back. He captures. Oh, if he's castled there, my bishop would be eyeing his rook. I could get an exchange out of that. So queen here. If he's already castled, if that's his move, then this knight would be free, and he could just capture here. Where I could do what? I don't want to capture the bishop because I'd be running into this. So I think I'd have to capture the knight, attack the queen. He would move the queen to defend the bishop. And there I capture the bishop. He takes. And I win the A pawn. I would win back my material there too. So I've got some good options. I don't dislike my position. He chooses to take. Okay. That seems like a pretty good move. And I've got to take back. And he's going to protect his bishop. And I check. And no matter how he blocks, I think I win this pawn. And then he castles to connect rooks. Maybe I take this first. Take here first. Pawn takes. Queen check. Maybe bishop blocks. Queen takes. Castles. And then I've got this queen move here, targeting pawn and bishop. Let's get this out of the way. And then check. He doesn't want to come up because then my queen comes in. He runs, and I get the rook to the second. Under 3 minutes. I am under 3 minutes. He blocks with a pawn. Okay. I don't think that's a bad move at all. Gets him closer to um, queening that pawn. And now this is a very real danger. Because no matter where I go, the rook here takes and takes. The rook is threatening to come into the back rank and win my. Oh, well, I can come back and block, but then that spells bad news bears. Bad news. Okay. So I don't want to stay on. I don't want to stay on the A file with both pieces, with either piece really. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get off this A file. He attacks me, then maybe I'll trade queens. Takes. No, I don't want that. I want to get off of the A file. Maybe get castled as quickly as possible. Maybe I do want to castle now. Get these rooks connected, but this bishop's being a bit of a pest, so I'd like to trade it off. Maybe just lift the king. Then the queen comes in with check. Mm, Not if the rook's here, but um, white appears to have the edge. This passer over here is dangerous, and my queen feels marooned. Trading queen doesn't really look like a good idea. Takes, takes, takes. And then the pawn comes up and then I have to come back so that I can dislodge this bishop. All the while this thing is marching down the board. So if he attacks my queen, maybe I come to a light square. Not going to think about it too much because I've already spent some time calculating and I have time challenges. Opponent's approaching 5 minutes though, so just keep using that time. Now I would like to get the bishop back here to trade. Problem is once I do, I leave the light square or the dark square and I'm dancing back and forth. But if he wants a perpetual, then I can probably be happy with that in this position. Ah, well, I was going to bring my bishop back anyway. So that really doesn't hurt me too bad. I'm okay with that. Now a trade on c5 favors me because I win the pawn. Maybe I don't because this is bad. Maybe I castle. Maybe I trade once. I get the bishops off, then I castle. This takes, 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 loses the rook. So takes once, takes back, and castle to get the rooks connected. Followed by some ideas like g6, d d6. Dancing around with my queen. Opponent's down to 3 minutes. So he attacks the queen first. And I I come to a light square. Keep some pressure on this. We'll try and keep him thinking. If he does something like this, I don't want to take. Oh no. Yeah, I think I have to. Take once, and then get castled. Am I down the piece here? Did I just lose the piece? Because if I come up, I'm losing the queen. But now I can come up. No, I can't. That's just lost. Just lost. No hope. Good game, friend. Good game. Where did I go wrong? Let's do a game review. Oh, I had a huge edge for a brief moment and I blundered it away. Played a great opening and a dubious middle game. Interested to see where this big chance was. This is all book. Doesn't like my fishing pole idea. It rarely does. I should have pinned the knight. Still should have pinned the knight. That was just giving up the pawn. Um, but still a pawn down here. It says white's only at point two, so should have challenged the bishop. Interesting. It still wants me to challenge that bishop. Hmm. This pawn wasn't worth it because of the back rank problems I have. I should have. I think I lost full board vision here, and I got very focused on the queen side and forgot about the king side. Uh, it makes a lot of sense here to develop to get a running lane for your king. Um, I just kind of assumed that I was going to trade this piece off, and then I was going to be good, but not the case. Dubious, dubious move. Um, I should have taken it. Interesting. I should have taken it. Then what happens here? Do I preemptively block? Um, this move? For real? Then this, and this, and Oh, he wants me to sack the rook? I guess because I got a little hasty there, but that's some difficult stuff to see. Save the pawn so that the king is stuck over here. I don't know if I'd have found all that. Don't know if I'd have found all that. Should have taken it. Should have taken that. I don't have the positional vision to see that at the moment. Um, this makes sense. I'm coming up on a moment here where I should have taken, oh, that's pretty. Rook takes, bishop takes with check. And everything's hanging, but no matter where I take. So if the king runs, I mean, no matter which bishop I take, he wins. No matter which rook I take, he wins the rook back. Okay. So here is White's blunder. I should have taken the bishop and pinned the queen. Ah, that would have been so wonderful to see in the in game. That's my bread and butter right there. Those kind of tactics I should see, and I should not have missed that. Um, because that just eliminates the support. The queen has to come down and take. Otherwise, it's just a free queen, and I take, and rook takes, and I lift the king to save mine. Or queen takes, rook takes. Rook check, king up. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get one of the rooks. Oh, that would have been so pretty to see. But this was my chance right here to win the game. Oh, well, did not happen that way. Um, my time pressure got me. And that's just it. Oh, well, good game. Thank you for watching. If you saw any other moves that I missed, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and come back to enjoy some more chess.